Thank you so much for that introduction. I am Michelle T. Jones. I've done a lot of stuff, but I'm here to talk to you more about the reason I move so much. And I call myself, despite all those titles, a trailing spouse. So first of all, welcome to HerStory Women's Global Empowerment Online Summit. Again, I am Michelle T. Jones, and I am a trailing spouse. A trailing spouse. After you've heard all the titles previously given to you, have you even heard of the label trailing spouse? Well, let me tell you my story. You've heard a part of that story, but what you haven't realized is that in the last 20 years that my husband and I have been together, we have moved and lived in 6 different countries and 8 different homes. That doesn't even include the 4 homes that we've lived in the last 8 months because of COVID. With the stories of the other women, you realize how this pandemic has affected all of us. So no matter how successful you are or how you're just starting in life, there are things that happen throughout your life that will always impact you. And like I've heard another speaker say earlier, and I apologize if I didn't get your name, you need to see things that happen to you and understand what the message is that it's giving you instead of asking the question, why is it happening to you? So as a trailing spouse, well, actually, instead of me telling you what a trailing spouse is, let me just try and explain a little bit and compare it to the context of a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. I know after hearing all that introduction, it's very hard to imagine me like a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. But 20 years ago, that was a decision that I had to make. I had to decide, like a stay-at-home mom, to actually put my career on hold and quit my job to be able to raise my family. The difference between myself as a trailing spouse and a stay-at-home mom is that I do this while we move overseas to ensure the smooth transition of our whole family, to ensure that my kids grow up balanced and happy and not confused about all the different homes that we've moved into and lived in. So I have moved from the Philippines to Australia, to Jakarta, Indonesia, to Seoul, Korea, to Colombo, Sri Lanka, back to Australia, then to Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, and then back to Jakarta, Indonesia. I am here in Jakarta at 3:26 a.m. joining you so that I could share with you my story. Because in all our stories, in all our experiences, there is something that we can learn from, and there's something that we can share. So I hope you enjoy what I have to share and the story that I'm telling you. If you can imagine all the moves that we've made, that basically meant that every 2 to 3 years, I had to pack up my home, pull out my kids from school, close my business, advise my patients and my clients that we were moving on. And after building up my clientele and my business, tell them that I now have to recommend somebody else to them to go to. When we get into the new place, we unpack our bags, we create a semblance of home where we move, we find a new school for the kids, we help them transition in the new place, we learn about the culture and learn the new language, we encourage them to find friends and realize the value of moving and meeting new people, despite the fact that we have to eventually leave them. We get the kids in, we find out where the local groceries are, the local places are that we need to go to. My husband gets back to his work, children goes to school. Only after everyone is settled that I actually get to think and figure out, okay, in this new place, in this new adventure, where do I fit in? What can I do and how can I build myself both as a person, as a mother, and as a business person? In life, sometimes you're thrown lemons. But without lemons, you can't make lemonade, right? So there's got to be something good in every difficult situation that's been thrown at me. I think I've learned to be resilient enough and I guess find the good thing in the difficulty that's been passed on. And I find that the amazing thing, when you keep your mind open and you keep your eyes open, you see all the different things that you actually can grab on and create for yourself. With all the moves, with all the changes, with all the traumas that's happened along the way, illness has set in. In fact, illness set in 2 years after our first big move, moving into a new place, a new country with 4 seasons when I came from 2 seasons, moving into a new country with no family support. And with that change, I developed Crohn's disease. When I had Crohn's disease, I was only diagnosed after my first child was born. And that diagnosis said, and I was told, that I would have to be on steroids for the rest of my life. I did not want to go on steroids. I knew that steroids would affect my children, my daughter, my baby, and I wanted to find an alternative. Again, I was handed lemons. But with that alternative, I luckily had a very good doctor, and I guess my will to not opt for something that could harm my child, or my determination to actually opt for something natural, caused me to actually be a bit more to fight for what I wanted. So when I spoke to my doctor about what I wanted, he said, okay, fine, you've got 6 months to choose what your options are. And in that 6 months, I learned about elemental diet. I learned about herbs. I learned about nutrition, changed my diet, and changed my diagnosis. I am now Crohn's free. I have learned naturopathy along the way. I've learned herbal medicine along the way. I've rebuilt my life, built and closed my business along the way. Despite all the difficulties, simply because I did not want to think that I fell short, that I couldn't do it, that I didn't have it in me, and that life just handed me crap. In an event like this, women's empowerment, this is what we want to be able to give you. We want to be able to show you that with our stories and with the way we've turned our lives around, you too can do the same. So let me give you some pointers. If you are a stay-at-home mom, or if you've had to move, if you've had to close your business and rebuild your business, if you started realizing that, this is not for you, or wondering if it was for you, or thinking, have you got it in you? You know what? I reckon the fact that you're thinking about it simply means that you do. Your mind is just trying to make you think twice about it, make you wonder if it's for you, to test you and see if you've got it in you. So when these things happen, if you find yourself in the situation, no matter where you are, no matter whether you're starting from the beginning, or you're in the middle, or you're towards the end of your life, ask yourself and remind yourself of 5 things. First, you have it in you to succeed. We have been given the thought, the idea, the dream in our mind because we have it in us to get over that dream. We have it in us to be able to get through that and succeed in that. I met an ortho manipulator in Sri Lanka in 2011. When I told him I joined a clinic, set up a business, and was treating patients, he asked me, why even bother? He said, after a couple of years, you're going to be packing up and you're going to be leaving. All the hard work for nothing. Everyone knows that it takes a few years of building your business to finally have the numbers that you want, to call yourself successful in a business. And he goes, you know what? If I were you, I wouldn't even bother. That really affected me. And I was thinking, am I being silly? Am I doing something stupid? Should I just enjoy my children? Should I just have my coffee meetings with the women? Is that what my life was meant to be? Am I just here to support and stay at home? I've always worked at university, and I don't know not to work. But now I was questioning myself. And I spoke with my husband, and I'm so lucky to have a very supportive husband. And he said to me, how can this not be for you if you're happy doing what you're doing? How can it not be for you if you find fulfillment in what you're doing? And I realized that, every time a patient went home happy. Every time a patient came back better. Every time I was able to help a patient teach their body to heal themselves, I was so happy. I felt fulfilled. I had a purpose. I had a reason for living, sorry. And this is something that you have to realize. Everyone else around you will give you advices, but they're giving it from based on what they knew was right. I've been told I didn't need to work. I've been told I had to stay home and raise my children. I've been told by people who loved me and who I loved that advice. But you know what? That was their truth. That wasn't my truth. And when you hear people give you advice like that, remember, they're giving it with love, but based on their truth, on what they know is true. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your truth. Your dream is your truth. And if you dream it, you can do it. Second advice I've got is if you've got a vision, be determined to see it through. Because no matter what everyone else says, no matter whether you say in the beginning, yep, I've got it in me, if you don't make a decision to see your visions through, stuff like what people say around you, advices that you get, criticisms that you get will let you down. But remember, a strong mind can always remind themselves that, hey, you know what? That's your truth. That's not my truth. I'm going to see this through. Third, get a coach. Find someone who's been through what you've gone through. Events such as this help you with that. Find out about other people's stories. Find out how they did it and how they succeeded. Get their help, because why not fail through their failures, and why not learn their successes and be successful because of that? You know, find a shortcut. The shortcut is your coach. They can help you get to your goals faster, and they can help you see a bigger picture, usually pictures that you can't see. I've had coaches, and I've had several coaches, and I found every coach gave me something different, and every coach helped me build a different aspect of my life to be able to help me achieve the goal that I wanted. Fourth, work hard. Once you found your goal, once you've made your steps, once you've made the decision to succeed, and once you've got yourself a coach, work hard and work fast. Because when you work fast, that's when things happen. When you decide to slow down, that's when you start doubting yourself, because things are going so slowly, you're not seeing the successes, you're not seeing the results. And again, no matter what it is that you decide to get into, if you work fast and you work hard, you will see results. Isn't that what we tell our children? Fifth, have faith in God. He's got your back. I don't know if you're hearing the background. It's almost time for prayers here in Indonesia. So the mosques are praying. Pray. Doesn't matter who you pray to, if it's God, if it's Allah, if you have a different faith, it doesn't matter. Just remember that there is a bigger power that's got your back. And only if you have faith in that bigger power will you be able to easily succeed and know that you've got it in you, because you've been provided everything. Our universe is amazing. We've got all the resources available to us. Whether you're sick or healthy, strong or weak, whether you're moving all the time, and whether you've been told that you don't have it in you or you've got it in you, if you have a bigger power that's got your back, you can't say you don't have it. I'm Michelle T. Jones. I am a trailing spouse, but I'm also more. Because of my faith in myself, in my God, and my hard work, I am now a global speaker, an international wellness practitioner, an author, a longevity expert. Because I believe in myself, I believe in what I can do, and I believe that women have it in them to give change, make change, and impact change. Thank you, everyone. I hope I was able to teach you something with that and share something with you.